Welcome, welcome, everybody. We'll bring everybody in. We got President's Day going on. We've got a
Yes.
special treat for everybody here today. We'll let everybody give everybody 60 seconds to get logged in and grab their favorite beverage as we're bringing people in. And we'll be chatting here today. We've got a really special treat for you on President's Day. We know you don't have any closings because the banks are closed. So nobody's closing today unless they're doing dry closings. I don't know if you do that in your state or not, but we're going to be getting going. So welcome to our Grow Global Monday Masterminds. We do these at noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. And the reason we call ourselves Grow Global is we are a huge group of real estate agents all across the country, different brokerages, different places in our career, but we're looking to grow your business so we can grow your network and you can grow your life. We're looking to help you sell more real estate in less time so you can make more money so you can ultimately have more fun. And before we get started, we do have some free resources I want to share with you real quick. We've got, of course, a YouTube page. Hopefully you guys can see my screen right there. And our YouTube page is where we put the recording to this. So if we talk too fast or something or you miss it, don't worry, just stay present where you're at and you'll be able to go back and watch the recordings. Something else we do that's really cool is if you participate. For example, if you ask any questions or if you add anything to it, we actually chop those pieces up into shorts. And we put the shorts on the YouTube page, which you can then share on your channel, on your social media, and it gives you third-party validation for your clients and also for agents, your team building, and things like that. We also have an Instagram page, really cool stuff on here. We give shout outs to people who are having success. If you had some success that we don't know about, tell us about it. We'll make you a nice little graphic and we'll put it up there, and then you can share it again to your social media so you have third-party validation. We also have a Facebook page. In the Facebook page, we do all our announcements and things like that, so you can check it out. And if you want to get added, go ahead. We have 320 members. Just let somebody know who invited you to this, and then we'll get you added to it. And then we have a web page, of course. And on the web page, tons of resources across the top. I'm not going to get into any of those right now. You're free to check those out yourself. We'll be putting all the links in the chat, by the way, just so you know, so you can sign up for these things. But in it, we also talk about under the events tab what we're going to be doing the following Monday. And so this Monday, let's get into it. This one is awesome. It is probably the most relevant topic I'm saying out there right now for real estate agents today. Right now, it's something that not enough agents have taken advantage of, and you can literally jump in now and be ahead of everyone else. We've got a special guest speaker today, Jason Weinberger. And Jason, he's an award-winning top producer. He's been doing it since '07. Got in right before the crash. Congratulations, Jason. Well done on that. He's got over 100 million in closed sales and 330 plus agents he's been coaching. So he's been helping realtors sell more with AI since 2023. So he was ahead of the game, but don't worry, he's going to help catch you up today. He's going to show you how to generate leads, the important thing, and also automate your follow-up and handle objections efficiently. So you can have actionable strategies today to work smarter and grow your business. Again, we're recording it. So just stay present, stay in this thing. You can always go back to it later and pause it and things like that and get into your ChatGPT. And so with that, I want to bring on Jason Weinberger. Jason, it sounds like you've got some speaking engagements. It sounds like you're going to be speaking on the main stage in Vancouver, right? You're with eXp Realty, is that right? And
I
you're
am
going to
with
be
eXp
speaking on the
Realty.
convention.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so thank you for having me, Jim and Kim. It's a pleasure to be here. Nice to connect with you guys. So I'm not going to be on the main stage. I'm going to be a breakout speaker, but I'm going to be speaking nonetheless. I just got the news a couple of weeks ago, eXp Con in Vancouver, April 20th to the 22nd. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Give us your best Canadian accent, Jason. Let's hear it.
Oh, I can't do that, eh? Don't put me on the spot. Come
Ah,
on, eh? That's not very nice. You know, Canadians are
awesome.
typically stereotyped to be the most like humble, timid people in the world. I think I'm the opposite of that. I'm a little bit outside the mold, if you will. I like to say it like it is.
I love it. And so people here are going to love that, Jason, because we've got a really interactive group of agents. They love to ask questions. They love to add their pieces and things like that. So if it's okay with you as we go along, if you guys have a question, you can either be polite and raise your hand down there with the little reaction and put your hand up, or if you're too afraid to get on camera and ask your question, you can always put it in the chat and one of us will read it for you. And with that, we're going to let Jason take it away. I'm excited myself. I got my pen and paper. I'm ready to learn today as we go, Jason. So the stage is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jim. So I'm just going to share my screen and take you guys through some real demos. So nothing I'm going to talk about today is theory. I used to do the traditional webinars with the slideshows and all that boring cookie cutter stuff, but I decided to switch it up. And I've been doing this for EXP agents. I do something called AI Coffee Hour every week. Feedback's been awesome. So I thought I'd bring that today. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, looks
Okay.
good.
All right, beautiful. So this is going to be fun, guys. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually get you guys involved. Whoever's feeling brave, I'm going to ask some of you guys to volunteer to actually show you what ChatGPT can do. And this is probably like nothing you've seen before. You might be using ChatGPT on a very basic level, helping you with, some copy and paste emails or maybe some content or saving you some time. But I'm going to show you how to really take it to the next level and put it on steroids. So this is what's known as a custom GPT. And for those of you who may not be familiar with what that means, it's essentially an app within ChatGPT. So I built this myself over the last year. It's gone through multiple iterations, and now I've got it to the point where it's pretty incredible what it can do. And I'm going to take you through it. So who wants to volunteer?
Too scared, but I can.
Who's the brave
Let's do
person?
it.
Kim
Let's do
Campbell,
it.
let's do it.
All right.
I'm too
So
scared, man.
perfect, Kim. So the way this works is this takes the prompting off your plate, right? For anyone that's been using ChatGPT, it's powerful. It's a game changer. One of the biggest challenges, however, is all the manual prompting, right? You got to be a prompt engineer to really get something that's relevant to your target market, that actually gets responses, generates leads. So this actually removes that by giving you a done for you system that kind of lays it all out for you. And this is just showing you what's possible with ChatGPT when you use it
Wow.
at a very high level. So Kim, let's kick things off. Where are we going to start? Create content that attracts leads, build a follow-up system, get help closing a deal, or reactivate old leads?
Oh my God. All of above?
Just choose one. I mean, lead generation is I'm assuming what most agents are interested to start with. So do you want
Yes.
to start with
Create
that
Kim,
one?
content
Kim
that
sees
attack
a
lead.
Kim sees a smorgasbord and she says, "I'll take all of it." So there we go.
All
This
of
Well, we'll
it.
go through it all, but which one do we want to start with? We're going to cover it all. Don't
Uh,
worry. We've got lots of time.
let's create the content that attract leads. That'd be
All right.
awesome.
Awesome. So you're just going to click on that, and
Right.
then it's going to activate the content cache machine. So it's going to start off with just some basic setup questions. So what city or neighborhood do you specialize in, Kim? I see Atlanta.
Suwannee. Yeah. Put Atlanta. Put Atlanta for everybody right now. Yeah,
Is there a
Atlanta.
specific neighborhood within
Yes.
Atlanta?
Suwannee. Let me spell it for you. Suwannee. It's north of Atlanta.
SU?
Suwanee. Yes.
Does that look
Suwannee.
good? All
Yes,
right.
sir. Yep.
Awesome.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Who is this for? Who are we targeting primarily? Buyers,
Let's do
sellers, or
sellers.
both?
Let's do sellers.
Who doesn't want more sellers, right?
Right. Oh, both. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Exactly.
Now, which platform do we want to focus on? So, the best way to think about this is, where does most of your sphere of influence hang out?
Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
What tone do we want? So, this is where we can give it kind of a personality, so it's an extension of you. Do we want friendly, direct, luxury, or funny?
Which one I am, Jim? He knows me better.
Where's the
I
awesome button? Which is number 5? Awesome. That's her tone. It's awesome. But
luxury 3, probably 3.
let's go
Well,
with luxury.
both.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's
go
go
luxury.
3.
I need
Let's
to
go
add an
luxury.
awesome feature. I'm going to program that in after this. I like that.
Thanks for suggestion, Jim. Then that
Can't
will
go
be
wrong
my
with awesome. So what it's going to do
right.
now, it's going to give you 3 ideas. So
Mm.
it's going to actually incorporate what we just said. So specifically targeting Swanee Atlanta sellers in a luxury tone for Facebook. So it's very customized for exactly who we're trying to target and how we want to actually get those seller conversations started. So idea 1, hook. Your Swanee home might be worth more than you think, and here's why. Idea 2, luxury buyers aren't paying for upgrades, they're paying for presentation. Idea 3, the number 1 pricing mistake Swanee sellers make and what to do instead. Which one would you like to create, Kim?
Ooh, I would say what I did 3.
Awesome. So all you do is just answer with the number, right? It's super intuitive. There's no prompting. So this is
Oh,
where it gets crazy powerful. It actually brands the image to you specifically. So to brand this image correctly, I need your full name, your brokerage logo, a headshot, and contact info. So I'm going to use my info as an example
okay.
because I've got my
Yep.
headshot and my logo handy.
Yep. Makes sense.
And then I'm going to put my contact info. Contact info is optional. You don't have to include it because this is on Facebook. So the idea is you're starting conversations in the DMs or in comments. But if you want to include it, you can.
Very cool.
So then what I'm going to do now is just click this little plus icon, add photos, and I'm going to
Okay.
upload. I'm going to upload a photo of myself and the brokerage logo so that it's going to be branded.
Got it.
And then I'm just going to click this black arrow. So now what it's going to do is going to actually create the image for you. Now it takes a
Hmm.
couple of
That's a
minutes.
that's a handsome man in that picture, man. Look at that. Well done.
That's with the power of airbrushing.
No way. Wait,
I
we
can't take
we
credit for it. What's that, Kim?
I say no worry. Us ladies, many of us, including me, using filters. So you guys are good with airbrush. That's just the first level, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God for filters and airbrushing.
Yes.
So this is where it's going to use the image generation technology. Now, even up to like 3 or 4 months ago, this was kind of clunky. It was kind of hit and miss, but now it's gotten to the point where if you prompt it correctly, it creates some pretty amazing images.
Hmm. Wow.
There you go. Now, my question for you, Kim, is does that look like a luxurious home that you would typically find in Swanee, Atlanta? Is the
Yeah.
architecture and kind of the style and the exterior, is that actually relevant? Because I have no idea. I'm not familiar with that
Right.
community.
Right. I mean, yeah. It's yeah. It's it can be that one. So it's relevant. The picture is good. So don't have to
So
adjust it. But let's just
that's
say if
like
you it's not, then how do you adjust those pictures? Let's just say if it's not reflecting Sawane, then what would you do?
you can just tell it to create a new image that represents Swanee more accurately, right? And
Oh,
then it'll actually create a new version of it,
oh, got it.
right?
Got it. Got it.
Do you want to try
Mhm.
that? Do you want to go back and
Yeah,
adjust it?
let's make it a little bit more old world. Well, how would you describe it, Rob?
Like
Our area um is the word escaped my brain. Kind of like Tuscan.
Golf coursey.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
That's
Well,
that's the
okay.
that's the real term, golf coursey, Rob. That's the
That's
Of
the
course.
that's the designated realtor term. Let's try
Yeah,
that.
kind of works.
Okay.
So golf, so that's like sort of, I guess, the community luxury like demand, right? It's like the golf course style.
Right.
Okay. So let's try that. Let's see what happens. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. This could completely reset the whole thing. I've never tried this. Usually I just take what it gives me, but let's find out. That's what makes this fun.
Yeah, that's what I like about it too, because for a person like me, I'm not techie, you know. I mean, these stuff would help, you know, kind of.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what this was designed for specifically. I'm a
Mm.
technical guy. I've been doing this for years. Since the day ChatGPT came out, I've been all in on this rabbit hole, but most of us aren't, right? And we don't want to be prompt engineers. We want to be selling homes, connecting with sellers and buyers, negotiating offers, and closing deals, right?
That's
So
what it
this is designed to be as user friendly and as simple as possible so that you don't have to prompt. You just tell it exactly what you want. So in this example, we want to change the background, just describe what the change is, and then it'll do it. Let's see what it comes back with.
Jason, where's the button that says, please remove 20 pounds off me? Is there that one in there
I'm
somewhere?
working on that. I'm working on that. I'll let you know when that's live. That's going to be the next version. Or make me breakfast, pay my taxes. How does that look,
Oh,
Kim? Is
that's
that
nice.
better?
That looks good. That looks good. That
So you
looks
see how it
definitely.
preserved everything else? It kept everything
Yes,
else. It just made that specific change. And
yes,
you know that
yes.
the key is it's speaking to a very specific clientele, a very specific target market. It's not, generic or cookie cutter like most of the posts that you see, right? Looking to
Right.
buy a home in Swansea, call me. It's addressing the fear. People are more motivated to avoid fear than seek pleasure. So it's
Right.
been programmed very specifically to stop the scroll, to capture people's attention, and then to really call them out, right? You're kind of entering the conversation people are already having. So the number one pricing mistake Swansea sellers make. Now, if you're thinking about selling your home in Swansea, you want to see this. Like you need to know, well, I don't want to make a mistake, right? So it's kind of been engineered that way. And then what it does is it gives you the copy and paste caption. So it creates
Mm.
the image, but then it gives you the caption of what you would post on Facebook. You just copy and paste it. So the number one pricing mistake Swanee sellers make: pricing based on what you need instead of what the market will reward. In golf course communities and luxury pockets around North America, buyers don't negotiate up from an overprice, they move on. And the best offers often go to the home that feels obviously well positioned from day one. Here's a smarter approach that often wins: position, don't test. Price to
Mhm.
attract your ideal buyer segment. Create urgency early. The first 7 to 10 days typically matter most. Use comps and buyer psychology, not just nearest sold. Plan your leverage. Terms and closing timeline can make as much as price. And then this is really critical. It gives them a call to action, right? The best marketing pieces tell people what to do next. You need to hold people's hand. This is just from doing this. I've been doing digital marketing since 2015. And this is
Wow.
key. And a lot of agents miss this critical step. So you need to guide them. You need to hold their hand like they're a 5-year-old. Want a quick, no pressure pricing snapshot for your Swanee home? Comment price and I'll send it. So you see the flow there. You capture their attention with a very relevant contextual image. It's very high quality. I mean, if you were to try and design this in Canva, it would take you, I couldn't design this myself. And if you had to hire someone, that's an extra cost on your payroll. This does it all for you in minutes. And then you just copy and paste this, you download the image, and there's your post. And you would just post this on Facebook. And then the whole idea is to get people, reaching out to you, commenting, sending you DMs, and then you just engage from there.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
That looks legit. That will take me maybe a week.
I like the call to
Yeah,
action, Jason, where it says
I
comment
love it.
price to do it instead of, hey, text me or call me or email me to get a hold of me. Comment price and I'll send it. It's a very specific call to action versus because everybody says, hey, text me or whatever. I
that's
like
Yeah,
right.
that.
yeah.
That's right. And that's where you lose people. You see, when you say call me or text me, you're asking for too much. It's too much of a commitment versus
Mm.
just commenting the word price. It's low friction. There's no commitment. It's easy. And this is what separates, very powerful digital marketing from marketing that falls flat. Nobody wants to pick up the phone and call you. You need to lead. As the realtor, we need to lead and guide the conversation. So you're just asking them for a very small micro commitment to raise their hand, and then you can obviously initiate and lead that conversation into hopefully a listing presentation.
Jason, are you using ManyChat there in that to automate that, or what's your process, or is it built into your system here already?
No, so that this is kind of the first part is it gives you the content, and then we can switch gears and I can show you what the follow-up system looks like. It's not ManyChat, it's actually all built into this. So now it's going to say, what do you need help with next? So it's just going to guide you. It's very intuitive. Do you want to create another post? Do you want to create a follow-up campaign, get help closing a deal, or reactivate old leads? So why don't we jump into the follow-up campaign, because that's kind of the next logical step. So all you're going to do is click on number 2. Again, no
Oh,
prompting, very intuitive. So now it's going to activate the Fortune follow-up engine. So there's 3 engines. This is the follow-up campaign creator. So now it's going to ask you, what is the lead source? So it's contextual, depends on where the leads are coming from, right? So it's going to lay out the options. Is it social media? Is it paid ads? Is it Zillow, open house, referral, website, past client, or other?
Social media.
And then it's going to take you through the onboarding as well. So we can create like separate follow-up campaigns for different types of leads, or we can just create one. So do you want to try a buyer campaign this time, or do you want to stick with sellers, or do both?
Let's do buyers. Let's do buyer now that we have.
Just to show you a different example, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's going to ask you what area they were originally interested in, so it can tailor the follow-up campaign.
Suwanee, Georgia. Suwanee. Suwanee. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It took me a long time to learn how to spell that.
That spelling is tricky.
Oh, it is even for me.
We've got an area called Swansea in Hyde Park, Toronto, where I grew up, and it reminds me of that area. It was also like high-end luxury. What's the primary goal for this buyer lead? So now it's going to ask you, what are you actually trying to achieve? Is it to book a consult, get pre-approved, show homes, identify timeline, wake up cold leads, re-engage, or other?
Book consult.
And the reason why it's going to ask you this,
one.
yeah, that's always a good goal. The reason
I don't want anything else other than book consult.
That's what we all want, right? Come on, we got to get that meeting.
Yep.
So now it's going to ask you again, what style do you want? Should we try awesome and see what happens?
Sure.
Let's do awesome.
We can do that. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
We're putting it to the test.
Jim's idea.
Oh, it's going to keep going back because I didn't program that in. I got to program that in separately.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't understand.
How about casual? Probably casual. Warm. I go warm because I'm warm.
Okay, cool.
Let's stick with me.
I got to get that awesome feature programmed in.
I know it's hard to be,
good feedback. Yeah. No, you give me great feedback. I love it. Okay, what's the main objection? So now what it's going to do, it's going to bake in the objections up front that we already know why people are hesitating. So instead of waiting to handle an objection later, it calls it out, right? So what type of objections would you typically hear, or hesitations or concerns from these buyers?
Number 3, waiting for rates.
I mean, that's the biggest one, right? Exactly.
Yep.
It's on every buyer's mind.
Yep.
Gonna dig my heels in and wait.
Yeah.
So now what it's going to do, it's going to create a very customized 60-day follow-up campaign specifically for Suwanee, Atlanta buyers who have the hesitation of waiting for rates, and the goal is to book a consult. So it's like hyper specific, very custom. Now, the way this works is you can do these as one-off situations. Let's say you have a buyer lead and you're trying to re-engage with them. You know, they came in through Zillow or through online Facebook ads or whatever it might be, referral. So you can use these on a case-by-case basis, or the more powerful way is you can just program these into your CRM. So to answer your question, Jim, I don't have ManyChat integration. That is a good option. But what you can do right now is you can just copy and paste these into your CRM. So this works with all CRMs because every CRM has a campaign builder, right? And you just build it out. It gives you the timing. So it gives you the actual cadence and the schedule. And the only thing you'd have to change is every CRM is a little bit different with these name fields. You see how this has like 1 bracket, some of them have 2 brackets. So you just got to watch out for that, right? But essentially it gives you the full campaign. So let's walk through a couple of these. So this is day 1, the email subject. Quick question about your Suwanee search. Now, that's a killer subject line. Subject lines are the gatekeeper to your emails. If the subject line doesn't catch them, if it's not relevant, your open rates will plummet. So it references their area that they're looking for, which is key, right? And then the email is very simple. Hi, John. Totally get wanting to wait for rates, that mindset. A lot of buyers feel the same. The part most people miss is you usually have 2 levers, price and rate. Rates may change, but so can pricing, concessions, and competition. If you'd like, I can put together a simple numbers snapshot for Suwanee, Atlanta, what homes you'd likely be looking at today, what monthly payment ranges often look like with a few scenarios, and what seller concessions are showing up right now, if any. No pressure. It gives you clarity. Would you prefer a 10-minute call, or should I text you 3 options to review first? And you see how it gives them like a light kind of
Yep.
this or that at the end, right? Because you're trying to get a response. The whole thing with reactivating leads, let's say somebody ghosted you, or trying to get leads converting, is you just got to get them to respond. That's the first step. So that's why we end with like a simple either or, like A or B. Would you prefer a 10-minute call or to text you 3 options, right? Then it gives you the text version of that. Now, texting is always going to trump emailing, right? Email open rates are brutal. I was reading recently that 98% of text messages get read in the first 5 minutes. So you always want to be text heavy with your follow-up. And this is the same version, but just tighter, right? So John, if rates dropped by even a little, would you want to be ready to move quickly, or would you still prefer to wait a bit? I can help you map a simple plan either way, right?
Mm.
And then it gives you like the follow-up for the next few days. Now you want to text them more often and email them more often in the first 10 days when momentum is hot, and then you want to slowly start to space it out. That's kind of a general rule of thumb, so you're not hammering them, right? So then it gives you another email. And this is just, hi, John. If you're waiting for rates, the best approach is to wait with a plan. I like that. So you're not starting from 0 later. A smart wait plan often includes narrowing 2 to 3 neighborhoods in Swanee, Atlanta pockets, identifying your must-haves versus nice-to-haves, watching 5 to 10 homes to see price movement and days on market, lining up the lender conversation so you know your true range. If you want, I'll build a short list and we can do a 10-minute strategy consult. What's easier this week, today or tomorrow or on the weekend? So you see how it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like very relevant, right? You're talking about their neighborhood, their dream neighborhood, Swanee. You're talking about their hesitation. You're kind of addressing the elephant in the room. A lot of agents, they avoid the rate conversation, but you're leading with it. And that's going to instantly build trust, right? Mm-hmm. They say the best marketing enters the conversations people are already having in their mind. And that's what this is designed to do. And then it goes on and on, right? This is a whole campaign. It's literally 2 months of emails and texts, and you can expand on it. Obviously, you can tweak it, but it gives you like a really strong copy and paste campaign that you can start using right away to turn leads into conversations and clients.
Wow.
What do you think of that? Does that make sense?
Is legit.
That's helpful?
That is too legit. It's like marketing done for you kind of deal.
That's what this is. It's your own social media marketing manager that never sleeps.
Wow.
And graphic designer and personal assistant. And next, we're going to talk about how it's also a full-time sales coach, which is
Jason, I like how it really gets exact, like Swanee search versus Atlanta search, right? Like it really dials it in, like you're talking directly to that person. I love how it does that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And that's actually the key of what makes all follow-up work. If you were just to say Atlanta, it falls flat. But when you say Swanee, you're really scratching people where they itch. You're being very contextual and relevant. That's the mistake a lot of agents make, is they send broad messaging because they want to leverage themselves. And I get it. You want to send the same message to 100 people. But the key is you got to be specific, right? The more specific you can be, the better. And the problem with that traditionally has been how much time it takes, right? You got to craft these text messages. You got to think of the ideas. You have to write through the emails. Now it just spits it out, right? Yeah. So you hit the nail on the head, Jim. It's all about context and relevancy. So now it's going to continue. It's going to guide you to the next step. So what do you want help with next? Create another follow-up campaign, create another post, get help closing a deal, or reactivate old leads.
I know Kim, she's a closer. She's going to want to help close the deal, I bet.
Help close the deal.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love it. So this might be my favorite. I mean, I love them all. I'm a little biased, but this one is pretty cool. So this is going to activate the smart
We won,
close.
but we go for the kill, right? Right, Jim and Jason?
Exactly.
She's awesome and warm. She's awesome and warm and friendly until it's time to go for the deal. And she goes in for the kill. So you got to look out. She's
awesome. Well, you're probably going to give this a run for its money in that case. So that you're going to show it how to close. It's not going to show you how to close. You're going to show it how to close, right, Kim? So it's going to activate the smart close sales coach. Now, this is literally like having your own on-demand sales coach 24/7. Let me show you how powerful this is. So what situation are we involved in? Is it commission? Is it seller overpricing? Is it a lowball buyer? Is it a negotiation, standstill? Is it a price reduction, ghosting, competing agent, a rate objection, timing, or something else?
Man, all those amazing options. Wow.
What do you
Shopping,
struggle
shopping.
with? What do you struggle with the most? I mean, it's designed to be helpful like in the moment. So
I
Go with
would
the
say top.
and go with the commission objection.
that's my favorite. I mean, that's
Yep.
what's more important, right?
Yep.
That's why I put it at the top. So, are you talking to a buyer or a seller? Would this be like a seller pushing back on your commission, trying to get a listing?
Yeah, let's do sell on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets ridiculously powerful. So what you can do here is like you can literally copy and paste like a thread. Let's say you're having a conversation through email or text. You can just copy and paste the actual conversation here so it understands the context, or you could just type it in manually. So let's say hypothetically, you're trying to get a listing, sellers challenging you on commission. What's something
Right.
you would typically hear?
Can you do 4% instead of 6? Let's just
Right.
say that. I would smile first. I'm like, oh, poor thing. Hell no. But you don't tell them that. But the one
I wish we could just say that, hell no, and get it signed. What a world that would, then we wouldn't need AI or ChatGPT. We would all be wizards.
we'd get ChatGPT to slow our brain down to smile and say, oh,
So now
I
it's going to
always
give you,
smile. Yeah.
it's going to give you the responses, right? So now this is not just like any responses. I've programmed this specifically to model like the best sales coaching frameworks out there.
Right there.
So it's going to give you different options. So the first primary response, this is kind of neutral authority. I hear you. Before we talk about fee, can I ask what specifically would need to happen in this sale for you to feel the 6% is fully earned? So you're kind of reframing it, right? Like what would you need to see to be paid my full fee? Let's say you're dealing with somebody where you need to be a little softer, right? Maybe it's, someone that's a little more timid. You need to tread a little bit lighter. It gives you a softer angle. So it adapts based on the personality type. Totally fair question. Most sellers ask that. Just so I'm clear, are you asking because you want to maximize net or because you're unsure what the differences are in service versus outcome?
Ooh.
Right? So you kind of get them to open up, right? And then there's a direct angle. This is like a type A personality, right? If we reduce the fee, something has to give, either marketing time or negotiation leverage. What part of the process do you want to be sure we don't cut corners on?
I
Right?
like that. Yep.
So it's nice because it gives you a kind of a menu. It's not just like a one size fits all. It depends on who you're dealing with, right? We need to adapt. And then it gives you 3 calibrated questions. This is based on NEPQ, like neuro-linguistic
Yeah.
programming. Very
Programming.
powerful. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, right? So when you say 4% instead of 6%, what are you comparing that to? Another agent's offer or something you've seen online? And then if you got a higher sale price and stronger terms, would the fee matter less? Or is the fee the main thing? That's my favorite.
Right.
Because then it
Right.
gets them to kind of self-discover, well, no, if I got a higher net, it wouldn't matter. And then it's like, okay, well, let me show you how I've done that before and how I'll do it for you, right? What would you rather optimize, the lowest fee or the highest net? And again, these match the personality style. So the third one is more direct, right?
Right.
Now, it gives you the text versions of these. So depending on the situation, are you texting with someone? Totally fair question. Before we talk about fee, what would need to happen in the sale for you to feel the full 6% is earned? Also, is this coming from another agent offering 4% or just wanting to keep costs down? So this is optimized for a text message conversation. Then it gives you the calling version. Let's say you're heading into that dreaded phone call. You might be feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, a little bit defensive, and you want to prepare, right? So this gives you kind of the framework heading into that call. Good question. Let me make sure I understand. when you ask for 4% instead of 6%, is that because you've spoken with someone offering that, or you're just trying to keep expenses down? And then wait, it gives you the response. Got it. Help me with this. What would need to happen in the sale? Price, timing, terms, certainty for you to feel we earned every dollar of the fee. And then wait. And if our approach typically helps you net more and reduce risk, would you be open to keeping the fee where it is, provided we agree on the plan and outcomes we're targeting? And then it gives you kind of like coaching framework. So 3 leverage insights used to stay grounded. Anchor to outcomes, not rates. Shift the conversation to net, terms, and certainty. Protect your positioning. Discounting early can signal weak negotiation leverage later. Trade, don't cave. If they assist on a lower fee, tie it to conditions, price threshold, timing, limited scope, not a blanket cut. Now, it asks you if you want to role play this. So not only does it give you the copy and paste text and emails and call scripts, but it actually role plays live. You know how agents are always like, hey, who wants to role play Tuesdays at noon? This does it for you. So do you guys want to give that a shot?
Wow. Yeah.
All right, cool. So the ChatGPT is going to be the client, and we're going to be responding as the agent. So it's going to test you. Okay.
Oh man, I like that role playing.
Now I'm going to try something. It might not work. I'm going to try it in voice mode. Let's see if this works.
Do
Okay.
it.
Hold
I
on a
think I
second.
like that better. Yeah, I think it will work.
Let's do it in. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get this working in voice mode.
Try this.
Let's do the role play as you've described. So you be the client pushing back on commission, and I'll be the listing agent.
Great. I'll be the seller and you respond as the agent. Let's dive in. Look, I've talked to another agent who said they'd do it for 4%. Why should I pay you 6%?
Well, what's more important to you, what you net at the end of the day or what you pay?
I mean, I care about what I net, of course, but I also don't want to overpay on fees. So why wouldn't I go with someone who says they'll save me money right away?
Well, what are the other agents willing to do it for less sacrificing? And another question is, if they can't protect and defend their own professional fee, how likely are they to protect and defend your largest asset at the negotiation table?
That's a solid angle. One note, be sure to let them answer before moving to the next question. Ready to continue or adjust?
Okay, that's a good point. So let's continue.
Great, I'll continue as the seller. I might say, all right, but I still want to know what exactly am I getting for that extra 2% that I wouldn't get otherwise? Now go ahead, agent.
Well, my track record speaks for itself. I've sold similar luxury golf course homes in the area, and typically I've sold for anywhere from 98 to 99% of list price, which is about 4% higher than the neighborhood average.
Nice use of results. Just remember to tie that back to their goals. For example, you could ask, would netting that extra margin align with your goals? If you're ready, we can keep going or wrap up.
Let's do one more and then we'll wrap up.
Absolutely. As the seller, I'll say, all right, but if the market's so strong, isn't it just going to sell itself anyway? Your move?
Well, my job is to position the home so you get the maximum amount of exposure. Sure, the home might sell regardless, but don't you think the more people we can attract, the higher the price will be?
That's a solid point. You kept it focused on their outcome. I'd say that wraps our role play nicely. What do you want to tackle next?
Can you give me a grading? If you had to rank that on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I do?
I'm here to help you refine, so let's keep it constructive. I give that a solid 7. You kept it calm, asked a strong question, and tied it back to value. To bump it up, you could pause longer for their answers and confirm their goals before closing. Overall, well done.
Cool. Thanks. So what do you guys
Jason,
think of that?
I like how nice it was
Hey,
to you. I always say please and thank you to my AI, and I ask it when it gets rid of all the humans, please kill me last when they go.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
You get
I
a
mean that.
seven? We probably gonna get
You
a
know
two.
what? I like it. Like it's not, it doesn't sugarcoat. You see, one of the things I've actually programmed this into my ChatGPT to be ruthless and not tell me what I want to hear. One of the big problems, ChatGPT out of the box, I'm sure you guys have noticed this. It's like the ultimate yes man. It's a cheerleader. Every idea
Oh,
you throw at it, it's like amazing. You're a genius. Absolutely. But I've actually customized the instructions in mine to be brutally objective. And I've said, quote unquote, if my ideas are trash, tell me. Be ruthlessly objective. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Don't sugarcoat. So that's the output that I want to get, right? I always want to get objective answers.
Hey, Jason, we're getting some questions in the chat, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to share at the end of this how people can actually get this from you for themselves, correct?
Absolutely. That pretty much wraps up the demo. There's another one that's reactivate old leads, but that's kind of similar to the follow-up campaign. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. I'll drop the link if anyone's curious to learn more about the system. I'm happy to answer any questions.
So we're on with Jason Weinberger, and he speaks to conferences full of real estate agents and talks about his program that he has going on right here. I believe he's got 350 plus agents right now that are using this custom chat GPT. And so if you have questions, now would be a great time. You can either unmute and ask, or if you want to type it into the chat because you're being shy today, you can do that also. And we can get Jason to answer those. And then when we wrap up here, he's going to give you an opportunity to find out how you can get signed up and the costs associated with it and things like that. So, two of the questions, you got some applause going on here, Jason. Elvira
Love
Devia,
it.
she's giving you the claps, and I saw, of course, Kim Campbell clapping and throwing some hearts in there. And a couple of people who are interested in the program. I've got a question for you, Jason, while we're waiting on some others. Oh, wait, let's go with Melissa first. Is this custom chat GPT private, or all administrators can see what you put? That's from Melissa Bierman.
When you say administrators, who do you mean? It,
I
it
would
is
just want
private.
to, okay, because I see that it's Smart Close AI sales system. So I see that also chat, you can choose many different personalities. So I always wondered when you chose one and you worked within it, if since that was like, since the Smart Close AI was created by you, if this is like the data and the information that you're using that you have access to, or to be careful with like maybe your private details when you're
Oh, I
doing
don't
that.
I don't have I don't have access to the
Okay.
private details. No, I sorry, I
Okay.
misunderstood your question. No, I don't see the chats. I built it, I created it, but it doesn't log the
Okay.
like the actual conversations. So it's my
Okay.
proprietary product,
I
but
get it.
I don't have access to all of that. No, I mean
Okay, thank
I
you.
have no idea how you guys are using it.
I
Hopefully you're
didn't know
using it
how that
for.
worked anyway, so that helps me because I see people creating these. So I was like, does that mean that they get to keep all the data? I just wasn't sure, but thank you
No,
for
it's a
clarifying
great
that.
question. As far as I know, the answer is no,
Okay.
but it's a great question.
Thank you. And I did want to say I liked your conversation and presentation. And also I can screenshot pictures of my text messages with customers and put them into chat and it role plays for me too.
Awesome. That's great. So
Thank you.
you're already leveraging it, what it can do. The copy and paste thing is so incredibly powerful because the way that ChatGPT works is the more context you can give it, the better the result will be, right? And instead of
Yes.
just typing out like, oh, she said this or he said that, you just copy and paste a screenshot, right? Obviously, if you had a phone
Mhm.
call, then you just kind of relay what the actual conversation was, right? You just give it like one or two
Yes.
sentences. But when you have a screenshot, like a text thread or an email thread or a DM thread, it really comes to life.
Hmm. Thank you.
Awesome.
I used it to get my first two deals. So thank you so much. Chat
That's
helped me a
amazing.
lot.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
I like what you created. It's really cool. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. So I
Great.
just dropped a link. People are asking me where they can get it. The link is in the chat. It's futureproofagent.com/AI. You can learn more. I've got all the details there.
Or Jason, they could go to Vancouver, right? And you get into one of the breakout rooms with you, and you'll be speaking to a bunch of agents in
I
there.
would love
Also,
to
they
meet you guys in Vancouver. That'd be awesome. I went to EXPCon Miami. I had a blast. It was actually my first EXPCon ever, even though I've been with the company since 2020, which is crazy. I've been so busy hiding behind the computer like a mad scientist. I finally pushed myself, went out there, made a bunch of friends, and I had a great time. So I'm really excited to connect with some of you guys if you're willing to take the hike down to Vancouver. I assume most of you guys are in the US, but Vancouver's a beautiful city, and EXPCon is always worth the trip.
Right. We'll be in Salt Lake City actually in October. I got a question for you, Jason. For those of us who have created a clone and put that context and built that into both our personal context as a clone and also our business context, will this GPT that you've created, this custom one, help pull in some of that data on that, or will they be kept separate from each other?
To be honest with you, all of my experience with AI since 2023, I've been doing this full time since ChatGPT got going, October 2023. I haven't done anything with cloning. I've focused exclusively on lead generation, on follow up, and on sales coaching. So this is kind of my lane. There's so many different ways that you can take AI. The cloning stuff is pretty cool. I just haven't ventured into it yet. So this tool specifically is designed to create content that is highly relevant, get those conversations started, generate leads, give you the full follow-up campaign, and then handle objections. So it's sort of like, if you think about it like a continuation, like a thread, right? Start the conversations, turn those conversations into clients, and then turn those clients into commissions when you get pushback or objections about commission or rate or whatever it might be. So it's just designed for that specific customer journey, I guess.
Love it. And it's learning about you because it's asking, do you want to be shown as friendly or informative, right? It's asking those questions and you're putting those in. So that's the context you're giving it as to the results that it puts out. So I'm assuming, Jason, even if two agents in the same market would be using your Smart Close AI sales system, it's still going to put different outputs because each person is going to be putting exactly how they want it to be targeted and also different
That's
areas
right.
and also the
That's
personality
right.
type of the response.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great point. And also, it never spits out the same thing twice. So it's always going to give you something different. We're going to add some more personality options. Awesome is definitely going in there. That's going to be for Kim. That maybe I should call it like Kim slash awesome. That's going to be your trademark personality. You're going to be part of the product, part of the Smart Close experience, Kim. But yeah, I mean,
Be your rep. I be your rep.
you'll be my
Selling this.
rep. I love it. I think that's a good point. Like basically what I'm doing is I'm getting feedback from my customers and they're telling me how to make it better. And I'm kind of building it with my customers, which is kind of fun because I want to make this the best experience possible. Obviously to help you guys save time and get those conversations started and close more deals.
And Jason, I know I'll get this question from people later, so I'm going to ask it right now. The one-time payment on it, it gives you lifetime as you make these enhancements and things like that. Those are all going to be included for you.
That's correct. So I will be releasing additional products that are going to be separate and sold separately. But as far as what this does, the specific use cases, any updates that I add are included. Now, this is a special founders rate. It's sort of like a new construction launch. This is platinum access, rock bottom pricing. I've already increased it once. It's going to be increasing in tiers as I start to build out more of a community. I've got a community right now of about 850 people. They're not all using it, but we've got a community that's kind of focused on AI. If you guys are interested, I can share the link on that as well. It's free to join. I've got actually a free ChatGPT course in there. But this is essentially the shortcut for people that don't want to prompt and don't want to spend their time going back and forth. And yeah, we're rolling it out kind of in stages as far as the pricing.
Cool. Dan McDonald's got a question, popped on camera here, got his hand up. Dan, very polite of you, not just barging in. Go for it, man. Unmute and let's hear what you got.
Yeah, so question. So one of my Achilles heels is follow up. Even though
Sure.
even though I keep pretty busy, but so it's just going to allow me to, because I've only used Chat GTP for my listing descriptions. So would this allow me to upload my database and do follow for people that maybe never respond to me or I've lost contact with on a automated type system because I really need something like that.
For sure. So with this specific product, you don't upload your database. It's the other way around. So your database lives in your CRM, and then you would just instruct it on like what the context is. So I've got an old list of leads. It's going to ask, well, how old are they? Where did they come from? That's the other feature that we didn't get into today, but it's called database reactivation. So similar to what you just saw, it's going to be based on that. So where did they come from? What was the lead source? Was it open houses, Facebook ads, Zillow, referrals, sphere of influence? And then it's going to take you through the same thing. When's the last time you spoke to them? How old are they? So we can get some context. Like, are we coming out of left field? Is there any relationship there? Are they cold leads? So it's going to understand all that just based on how you answer the questions. Then it's going to actually create a reactivation campaign, texts and emails that you would then copy and paste into your CRM. So some of my clients use Lofty, some of them use Bull Trail. Doesn't really matter. It all works. Follow Up Boss. Every CRM has a campaign editor. Now, if you need help setting that up, I do offer, like upgrade support packages. Feel free to reach out to me. If you want it completely done for you, I also have a service where I literally follow up with your leads for you. You don't touch a thing. We go into your CRM. You tell us what leads you want us to reach out to. We do it all for you, and it's all AI. It's conversational AI, so it handles the entire conversation and the appointment booking. Now, this is designed for agents that have a lead list of at least 1,000. So it works best for high volume. If you have less than 1,000, doesn't really make sense. If you have more than 1,000, like I work with mostly team leaders and icon agents that have huge lists for that service specifically, which is done for you. Feel free to reach out to me if that's something you're interested in. But hope that answers your question, Dan.
Right.
Dan, you loved it done for you, didn't you? You liked that, didn't you, Dan?
Yeah, this is exactly what something I've been needing to implement. So I'm very likely to be a customer very soon.
Awesome. Well, I'll drop my email as well, just so you guys have it. Email is the best way to reach me.
And Jason is very responsive, by the way. Yeah, and that's what you need, and especially on the founder grade too. I like that. I definitely want to be in the group so we can, support and learn from him and grow together as a community. So that's awesome.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jason.
you having me on. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we're talking
I'm
with
happy.
Jason from Future Proof Agent. And if anybody has a final question, we're wrapping up here towards the end. The links in the chat. By the way, if you missed the links that are in there, you can always download the chat. Everybody knows that from your desktop. You just go up to the top of chat. There's 3 buttons there, little dots. Hover over them. It says more. And one of those is you can download the chat so you have those in there. And of course, we are recording this, so you can go back and check it out again and see it. But this is a great way for people that are into AI Lite for something that's just done for you, right? You just go in, it's plug and play, and this system you can be up and running right away with it. And it's a great tool, Jason, to help agents who may be more of the baby boomer age like me, who are like, man, this technology, I want to poke myself in the eyeball. But this is really great. I love what you've done with that. That's the link down there. You can see it, futureproofagent.com/AI. And we're wrapping up towards the end. If anybody has a final question here for Jason, now would be your chance, or forever hold your peace. No, just kidding. He's got an email in there for you, so you can communicate with him on that. Does anybody want to ask something else? These have been really great questions.
So,
There you
maybe a higher level, I have a question about the done it for you, because I love done it for you system. When you're not techie, you're like done it for you. I can follow the step, but to start it. So, would you say that you have a system where if people, let's just say I have like about 3,000 people in my follow-up box, and truly, let's just say somebody didn't know what to do about it, like, oh, I didn't know what to do about it. Half of them
Mhm.
and over here, half of them over there. You have a system that kind of tied them all together like that?
Correct.
Uh,
So I've been doing that for 2 years,
oh wow.
working with team leaders that have heavy lead volume. some of my clients have lists of 8,000, 10,000 leads. And what we do is we use a conversational AI bot that reaches out, initiates the conversation, asks if they're still looking in XYZ neighborhood, Swanee, Atlanta, and then guides them like, well, what are you looking for? How many bedrooms or bathrooms? What's your time frame? What's your price point? And then it actually books appointments for you. So it connects to
Wow.
your Google Calendar. It reads the availability of your calendar automatically, so there's no double
Right.
bookings, and then it lines up appointments for you. So that's a custom done for you service. The pricing depends on your lead volume. We also do like live lead follow up. So we do database reactivation. That's probably our most popular service for the done for you. But then we also do, that's to get you some quick wins, right? You have an existing list. We can get calls on your calendar within 24 to 48 hours. But then moving forward, it also connects to any live lead sources. So if that's, Facebook ads, if it's, like we have internal EXP lead generation, property boost, things like that. It also connects to any new incoming lead sources. That works best when you have at least like 3 to 5 leads a day, right? You've got volume, and it just scrubs everything for you. It takes the follow up off your plate. Basically, that's the problem that it solves.
Jason, does this require the paid version of ChatGPT, or will it run on the free version?
Oh, great question. So you can use this tool with the free version. The only limitation is you get about 2 to 3 images that you can create per day. And if you
Got it.
exceed that, you have to wait, I think it's a 5 hour window for the credits to reset. Now, if you want to get more than 2 to 3 images per day, you can upgrade. There's an option called ChatGPT Go, which is only $8 a month. And that'll give you just more images that you can create if you're more of a heavy user. But you can get started 100%. A bunch of my customers use the free version. 2 to 3 images a day is more than enough to start posting, start generating leads, getting some conversations going. I know one of my clients, Karita, she posted something on LinkedIn. Within 24 hours, she had conversations started, people DMing her. So you don't need to upgrade unless you're more of a power user.
Got it. And we'll go with our last question here from Rochelle Yates. Can it distinguish those contacts who have never responded when asking to engage old leads without me having to give it a list?
Well, no. So we start off with the onboarding where we want to understand the context. So essentially, the best way to think about it is we want to separate the people that you're already in conversation with, or you have some kind of ongoing working relationship with, or a past client where it wouldn't make sense to send them a random text message, versus the people where you have no idea who they are, you have no relationship, they're just sitting in your database, they're just an anonymous name and number, and we basically turn cold leads into warm conversations. We can custom build like referral campaigns, warmer campaigns. It's case by case. That's why the pricing for that done for you service is custom. It really depends on your specific business and how many leads you have, what the circumstances are. So for that, best thing to do is email me. We can set up a Zoom, and I can kind of understand more about your specific business and your needs, and then we can kind of build out a campaign if that makes sense. Great
Love it. I
question.
want to thank everybody for jumping on the Monday Mastermind. We've got Jason Weinberger on here with Future Proof Agent, and this was great. This was well worth the money of everybody being on here. And Jason, I predict you probably have a lot of people signing up. You'll probably get a few calls on the custom quotes too for the boomers and Gen Xers that are on here that want it all done for them. This has been really great, and we appreciate you coming on. Good luck in Vancouver. Speaking with the EXP agents there. That's going to be great. Round of applause, everybody, please, for Jason Weinberger jumping on today and talking to us. Well done. That was great. You've got his email, info@futureproofagent.com, and you've also got the link right there with the special pricing on it. As Jason mentioned, this is the beginning beta pricing. It is going to be going up in the future, but that is a one-time fee, it looks like, and it will include all the upgrades to the Smart Close AI sales system. And then he's eventually going to have some other products come out. So get on his list, get in there, and start putting stuff out. I think Jason probably if they were doing this, they're probably ahead of 99% of all the other agents out there, wouldn't you say?
100%. And thank you, by the way, Jim and Kim, for hosting me. This was a blast. Appreciate it. But you're right. I mean, this is the best way to think about this. You can continue using the free version of ChatGPT, like the system on itself. It's just the time. It's the manual prompting and going back and forth. This gives you
Right.
a path to success. It's the shortcut, if you will, and it's done for you, and it will put you ahead of 99% of your competitors. I truly believe, and this is not just because I'm an AI maximalist, I do believe that in the near future, as soon as 6 months to maybe a year, not using AI in your business will feel like waking up tomorrow morning and not having internet, but all of your competitors have internet and you're still trying to run your business and compete with them. I think it's going to be a very similar dynamic where it's going to be mission critical, and this is a window to get ahead of that curve and to start future proofing your business, which is why my company's called Future Proof Agent. That's literally kind of the the mantra and the philosophy behind my company and why I started this. Because I was an agent first. I was selling for 15 years, so I kind of started by solving my own problems and figuring out what agents really need. And I love agents. They're close to my heart. This industry has been amazing to me, and it's just I feel very grateful to be able to give back and create something that actually helps solve a problem. So appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Look forward to seeing some of you guys in the community. If you do decide to go forward, you also get invited to my free community where we're all building and collaborating together, and we're just getting started. This is a movement. This is the first of many. So I look forward to seeing some of you guys on the inside.
Awesome, awesome. Great job by everybody jumping on President's Day. We're glad to have you. We will have again the Monday Mastermind next Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time, but you will not see me because I will be in Mexico down there catching some sun. So we will see here, but we'll post it to the website again, what we're going to be talking about. You can always go on there, ygrowglobal.com, and check out the link. As I mentioned before, you can download the chat. It's got all the links. Make sure you sign up for the Facebook page, the Instagram, the YouTube. Go ahead and watch this thing again so you can see it. We'll have the recording on there. And we will see you all very soon next Monday, Eastern Standard Time. Jason Weinberger, thank you. It was great. And we will see everybody soon. Have a great Monday. See you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Jason, so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
You're
Nice to meet you
amazing. I
guys. Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
That's